Hi guys. So we have a super special episode that we've yet to interview somebody who's written a fictional book on this podcast. So we have Alex Grecian, and we were lucky enough to get our hands on your book.
Yeah.
And we are our whole podcast is about folklore and that kind of stuff. And man, did you fit right in to the stuff we talk about here.
Well, good.
And also our current
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and also our current location, since this is kind of taking off in the New England area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about Rose of Jericho today, and you are a New York Times bestselling author. So, I mean, we could talk about any of your millions of books that you've talked about.
Yeah.
But do you want to just give us a little rundown of Jericho Rose for us?
Yeah.
Rose of
Jericho. I'm sorry.
Rose of Jericho. Yeah. It starts in Kansas. And so it's a little bit of half and half. It's part weird Western and then part haunted house ghost story kind of thing. So a cowboy is angry and kills the Grim Reaper, and people all over the world stop dying, which sounds great, but it's a problem. And he doesn't know how to fix it. So he travels across the country to New England to try to find somebody who can help him bring death back to the world.
Which, how do you even come up with this idea?
Yeah, the concept is so cool.
It's so unique.
Oh, well, thank you. I have no idea. You just sometimes you wake up in the morning and something's in your head. Actually, I will say with this, and the prequel, Red Rabbit. One day I sat down and tried to write just an opening line for a book that I liked, like the perfect opening line. I mean, nothing's perfect, but
It's hard.
And so both those books came from just having an opening line that I liked. And the line for Rose of Jericho was death had a head start, but Moses had a broken heart and a fast horse. So I was like, okay,
Whew, that's good.
He's chasing death. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, but I'll write a book.
That's amazing. And this is part of our podcast. We talk about folklore. We go to different places in the U.S. and talk about the folklore based around it. Do you have just an interest in that kind of stuff? Like, how did you get into this genre of writing? Because you've got the Western aspect, which historically you're so accurate. Like, so you obviously know your stuff. And then the sci-fi. I don't know how you blend the two of them, because I can do one or the. Actually, neither. I can do neither.
I started, it's hard to break into writing novels, right? Unless you have an agent, or it's easier to break into writing comic books. So I had a couple of novels that I didn't know what to do with, but I knew people who wrote comic books or drew comic books. And so I ended up going into comic books and did a comic book series called Proof that was about cryptids and folklore, all over the world. It had Bigfoot, it had the Dover Demon, the Mothman, all the good stuff. And that ran, I think, 33 issues.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
well, yeah. So
wild.
I got to play with all those maybe real monsters out there.
No, maybe.
I was going to say the illustrations in those books, I looked at a couple of them online and they're incredible. Those creatures are incredible.
Well, that's Riley Rosmo. He's a fantastic artist that I got to work with, and I'll work with him again anytime I get the chance.
It's awesome. Yeah, they're really good.
We have mentioned Bigfoot in every single
Season we've done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every single season, no matter where we go.
He pops up everywhere.
Well, do you believe the Patterson film, or do you think that's a hoax?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good question.
We'll be
Coming out
asking the
hot.
questions here, Alex.
No, here's the thing. We've talked about this pretty extensively, and I'll just speak for myself when I say that I just feel like, of course, we can be, skeptics. It's easier to be a skeptic, I think, than to believe. And you can explain away anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like any of this stuff can be explained away. It's a little bit harder to prove it, but I think it's more fun to believe in these things. I would rather err on the side of sure that could possibly be true. Who am I to say it's not, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
yeah.
Well, I think I was thinking about this, knowing I was going to come on here, thinking about, why we believe in these things. And I think, you grow out of things that you believed when you were a kid. And these things, cryptids, are something you can at least maybe believe in or pretend to believe in, or at least keep your mind open. So you're replacing some magic with some other magic. You still have some whimsy in your life,
Just a
something
little, right? Yeah.
unexplainable.
Well, there's some sort of quote out there, and forgive me, I don't remember who said it, that, you get old enough that you could believe in fairy tales again. And I think I just kind of believe in folklore and all that stuff as I got older, because there is some truth in all of it. It started at some point. And I think when it comes to Bigfoot, the Yeti, Sasquatch, whatever it is you want to talk about, or wherever, there has to be some sort of truth in it. Whether or not they're still there, I think is kind of what people now are trying to prove. And I'm definitely the skeptic of the group. I want to see the proof. Like, I'm more of a I'll believe it when I see it kind of person. They get on me a lot because I'm like, whoa. Let's back it up. Like,
Tries to suck the fun out.
Yeah, I do. I'm not like oh, cool, that sounds like a great story. Sure, let's believe it. No, I'm like, well, okay, wait. But I want to believe it. And I think that there are certain areas that definitely, he could be totally chilling there his whole life and we would have no idea. But, you're going to tell me he's in, I don't know, Colorado? I don't know. I'd believe it more in Maine.
I know.
He gets around.
So
Wait, can I ask?
Yeah.
There's a ghostly man behind you.
Yes.
And what
That's
is
her
that?
husband. That is would you like to share with him your husband?
Oh, is it Dean?
Yeah.
You could see that. That's Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Yeah, she was just presented with him
They-
right before we came on.
They surprised me with that today because I'm a huge Supernatural fan.
He's joining the pod today.
Yeah, he's joining the podcast today. We are currently talking about Maine for our season right now, and so cryptids are a heavy topic, and as is the Wendigo, and that was like I think their second episode in their 15 long season run. I got Dayelle to start watching the show, and now we're trying to adopt Amanda into it as well. And I don't know, I'm a little bit obsessed with all of it. And yeah, I guess Dean's joining us now. I'm facing a wall right now, so I can't see anything. I have to even turn to see you. So I don't know what any of you can see right now. My
He's
back.
just peeking out. He's peeking out on the side. So that's a perfect question for you, actually. Do you have a favorite monster or ghost story or
Did you watch Supernatural?
Yeah.
No, I'm just
I'm more of an X-Files guy.
Your books and stuff have so much creepy factor in it. Like, where does that come from? Do you have anything like that you're kind of inspired by because of loving monsters and creepy creatures and witches and all that kind of stuff?
I I was at a reading and my wife went with me and somebody raised their hand and asked her if she was scared of me.
Aw. That's such a question I
She
feel
said
like
no.
Stephen King or
She said
somebody
no.
would get too.
Yeah, it was kind of rude.
Aw.
But I think like I've always loved that sort of stuff. I had I was an indoor guy, so I read a lot when I was a kid, and ghost stories and horror stories and that kind of thing. Alfred Hitchcock's anthologies and all that kind of stuff. But also, I had very weird parents, and my father thought he was psychic. Um, and he thought machines shut down when he was around because he had some kind of electrical field. He had a radio show when I was a kid where he would have ufologists on and Satanists and that kind of thing. And so there was a little girl who disappeared in my town when I was about 9 years old, and she was about the same age. I didn't know her, but there was a search for her that went on for days and days. They were looking for this girl, and my friends and I were obsessed with it because, we didn't know her. She went to a different school, but it could have been us. Um, and one night, in the middle of the night, my dad woke me up and woke my little sister up and said, I had a dream. I know where she is. She's dead. She was dumped in a dumpster behind a strip mall. We're gonna go find her. So he put my little sister and me, again, I'm like 9 years old, in the back seat of the car, and we go out searching the whole town, dumpster diving,
Oh God.
behind every strip mall for a body of a little girl. And obviously, we didn't find her. I don't know if she was ever found, but that's the kind of thing that impresses itself on you as a
Sure.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, geez Louise. I mean, hey, the FBI does use psychics
Yeah.
to, you know, locate and, they do the astral projection, and whether they really count on it or not, who knows? They
I
have
hope
employed them
not.
before, but somebody's buying it. So
Yeah.
I hope they use science.
When you first started saying that story, all I could think was Stranger Things. It gives that very similar
Oh.
vibe of like someone goes missing in the town, and like obviously it's the group of kids. Their friend is the one that goes missing, but then they start on this adventure of trying to find it. And there's like the electric, that whole thing with the machines, the lights are flickering and all that kind of stuff. So that's wild.
Maybe my dad flashed forward to Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Maybe he's
maybe.
psychic.
Yeah.
So when we started, we were asked to do this and we were looking into the book. One thing I love about this isn't just like, the cowboy meets sci-fi, the Western meets sci-fi, but you have so many other themes in this book. It almost feels, I wouldn't want people to discount the fact that you have I have some here in my notes, but you have some characters that want to be redeemed, right? And then you have others that don't. It's a really interesting juxtaposition between the different types of people. Like, what would you do in this situation? Which side are you going to fall on? And when you're writing books like this, I mean, it's obviously so fun to write the characters. This is
Best
this has
part.
got to be the most fun book to write. But do you try to aim for that? Do you try to aim for let's have an overarching thing that people are going to get out of this? Isn't just like a fun read, but there's a bigger story at the end.
Yeah, when I start a book, I always have to know. I never know. I don't outline. I never know how it's going to end.
Wow,
Um,
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool.
Thanks. But in fact, if I know how it's going to end, I can't even start. But I need to know what I'm writing about because that'll pull me through the book. The characters and hopefully each character is unique and will make unique choices that will help me figure out what's going to happen next. But then also, what is it about? What's my point? And that helps me figure out the end as I get close.
How long did it take you to figure out this end?
Oof.
This is very
Um,
twisty turny, so
Yeah.
it feels
Well,
like you're like maybe this way, maybe this way.
I thought it was going to be a lot faster than it was.
Really,
Red
yeah.
Rabbit took me 9 months, I think, to write, and this one took me a year and a half because I kept making wrong turns and having to go back and delete stuff and try and figure out where I went wrong. So it was more of a journey, like literally and figuratively.
Jeez
And
Louise.
I'm glad you brought that up because there are similar. I guess you would call this a sequel to Red Rabbit, but not that you have to read Red Rabbit first. Correct?
Right. I tried to make it standalone
Mhm.
so you could read it.
So why did you decide to continue these characters' journey? Why are you so attached to them?
Oh, well, I don't know why, but I did love Sadie and Rabbit and Moses in the first book, and I love that world and the way that magic works, and I wanted to explore more of it. But it's also really stupid. Red Rabbit hadn't come out yet when I wrote Rose of Jericho. And it's really dumb to write a sequel to something before you even know if people want the first one. So,
Interesting.
I don't know. I like that you did it that way because
Yeah.
it's like you weren't done with their stories. You weren't done with this world. And I like that. I would prefer an author be like, no, you're writing for the characters and for the world that you built. And you're finishing it off the way that you want to finish off. Although, are you finished? Is this it?
I could
I
write
think
more.
you could keep going. I think you could keep going.
I could.
I think you could.
We'll see.
All right, so here's my other question. Because you have such a heavy ghost influence here, and do you have a personal ghost story other than that? Like any haunting-y type? Because you write ghosts like someone who's been haunted by them your whole life.
Okay, I threw my dad under the bus and
You
made
did,
him
sorry,
sound
Dad.
like a
Very,
kook.
very quickly.
So now I'm going to make myself sound like a kook.
No,
No.
don't. The podcast you're on right now,
Yeah.
you are the most normal of all of us right now.
This is a safe space.
Yep, exactly.
Um, some of the ghosts in Rose of Jericho are ghosts that I have encountered
I
in my
knew it.
life.
I knew it. These are
Whatever
not, yeah.
whatever ghosts are. I'm not. I have no idea what those are. But when I was little, when I would have to take a nap in my parents' room, um, depending on the time of day it was, if I went down at the right time of day, I would hear footsteps on the stairs, and they weren't my mother's or father's footsteps. So I would hide under the bed, and I would see an old lady's high-heeled shoes walk past the bed and go into the walk-in closet. And then never come out. And so that happened every day at a certain time of day. I don't know what that was, but and there's a headless black cat in Rose of Jericho that I was in one of my apartments.
That's when that is. I was like, who thinks of this? Is terrifying.
um, yeah, well, I mean, it never did anything. It just wandered around my apartment. But and there was an older lady who would man, don't broadcast this. I'm gonna sound like such a strange person.
Oh,
there
you
was an
should hear
older
the things
lady
we
who would,
say.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say, no, we're eating this up. It's great.
she would come into my bedroom at night and show me her golden locket.
Like you had a
Uh,
conversation with this woman.
yeah, well, I mean, she didn't speak.
Yeah, she just showed
but
it to you.
She would just show me this thing.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh,
So
that's so nice.
she's in the book. Yeah,
Yeah, no, you
it's
can-
very, very pretty. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Ooh, what a nice trinket.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you can tell us this because you might be saving them for later. But were there any scenes that you were writing that were just too creepy, scary that you decided to keep out of the book?
There, I cut a whole character out who was, see, okay, so the ghosts don't really scare me. The undead and the angels and demons don't really scare me. But I had an abusive husband in the book who was very creepy. He was super controlling and physically abusive, and I ended up cutting him out of the book entirely because it was just too, it was bumming me out to write
Yeah.
him. So
Yeah.
Change the tone
I
of the story.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say I appreciate that because I feel like ghosts and stuff they feel safer than someone that is like a real life.
Yeah, reality is
Monster.
scarier than
Yeah.
ghosts.
It's a different kind of
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different kind
yeah,
of
the old lady showing me her locket, she wasn't scary. She was
Yeah, not
she
at
wasn't
all.
doing anything.
Yeah. They're just trying to tell their stories. I really believe that. I think sometimes we might be afraid of the ghost, but then once you stop and like listen to whatever they're trying to tell you, it's just them trying to get their stories out.
Although I don't know, I'd be pumped about the headless cat.
No, I mean, it's still
I don't know if I'd
creepy.
be super pumped about that one.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if ghosts are dead people, and again, I'm not saying I know what they are, but if they're dead people, then they were people. That doesn't mean they're bad people.
Exactly.
They could be perfectly nice people who just still roaming around.
Yeah,
Kinda got
Alex,
trapped here.
my grandmother practiced Santeria, so nothing you say right now can
Oh.
scare me. Yeah,
Mhm.
she was
Interesting.
a priestess
Wow.
in Puerto Rico. So, like I said, most normal. Also, when I was researching, I didn't realize that the story of the Jericho rose, the actual plant, is so interesting. Do
Yeah.
you guys know the story?
I do not.
No.
You want to tell us, Alex? It's like the most interesting plant story ever.
Yeah, they're fascinating, right?
So cool.
I mean, I had to title the book that because they're this plant, Rose of Jericho, that is also called the resurrection plant. You basically can't kill it, right? You read about it.
Yeah.
You can take them away from sun and water for years, burn them, anything. As soon as they're exposed to a little bit of water again, they bloom. I mean, they're basically dead and they come
like
back to life.
Like a phoenix
I was
plant.
like,
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, a
Yes.
perfect example for the book, though. Like, I love the way that just tied into the characters of the book. Like, just because something's dead doesn't mean it won't be alive again. And just because it's alive again does not mean it's truly alive and not broken.
Also,
That's a great tag.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Also, the perfect plant for me because I kill every plant that I get. So
Me too. Yeah.
I try so hard, but every one, I'm just like, I think I'm overwatering it. I won't water it for a couple of weeks, and then it dies, and I'm like, okay.
Also, do you know what one of the creepiest part to your book is? And maybe that's because we're Northeastern girls, like from New York, but something about being in a land with a drought, going through all of this, like the just the landscape to me is already a creepy character. Just the timeline and the way that everything's set.
I'm
Like,
actually glad you just brought that
it
up.
is like a sense of anxiety to me, I think. Just being like, oh my God, like they don't have like so much of that is like the land is a ghost.
Well, I
It's
wanted
like
to
the absence of life.
before we ran out of time, I wanted to ask about the setting because I'm such a big person when it comes to picking names for things. And I'd love to believe that everybody picks specific things for reasons. I'm also a teacher. I teach ELA. So, like, I have to believe that the things that I teach in class are real. You know, Ascension, Massachusetts, right? Like, I don't know if it's based on a real town. I don't know if you named it this for a reason, but if you did, I'd love to know why you named it Ascension. And Bethany Hall, you know, is this a real place? Is it based on a real place? Like, where did these names come from?
Just made
off
them
the
up.
top, off the
Man,
cuff.
Off the
you're
Man,
so
Although,
much cooler
I
than
mean,
us.
I changed the names like a lot
Yeah.
as I was writing. I would decide. I've forgotten what it was originally called, and at some point, I'm typing it out, and I'm just like, this doesn't work. This isn't right. It doesn't feel right. So I had to change it. A lot of times that happens with characters too. Unless I have the name right, they don't gel and they don't start talking. So I have to name everything just right.
because to me, I'm like looking at the meaning of the word ascension. You know, I'm like, oh, this is deep here. You know, now he's telling me no.
Also,
really.
H.H. Armstrong, like that's the most like captain name ever.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of an Outlander rewatch, and I was like, oh, that's a captain name if I ever heard one.
It's too good. I have like a kind of a funny question. Well, I don't know if it's a funny question, but I'm curious. As to survive a ghost encounter, would you use salt, iron, or a lucky charm, and why?
Ooh. Okay. Well,
Fun.
salt is for slugs.
Mm-hmm.
Iron is for fairies.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd go with a lucky charm,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. I was just curious.
Salt is for anything, guys.
Yeah. Well, and also
Well,
salt.
vampires.
We're
Yep.
talking about
Witches too.
the
Yeah,
you pronounce the name our monster in our news story. How do you say that?
I'm going
Chinook.
when. Oh, the Shinu.
Shinu. The
Have you heard of the
Shinu?
Chinu?
No.
It's like basically the White Walker
Yeah.
of Maine,
But
and it's
Oh.
It's from Algonquin.
yeah, it's an
Yeah.
Algonquin folklore. It's
But-
really interesting.
But salt can protect you. So if you make a ring of salt, it can't cross the salt. And if you throw salt on it, it stuns it so it can't move for a couple of minutes so you can get away.
It is.
Huh.
It's like a frozen beast that the inside of its heart is frozen. If you can get, it was once a person,
Mm-hmm.
and essentially they become this
Cannibalistic.
cannibalistic White Walker. It's a very interesting, creepy creature. Feel free to use it in your next book. It's
Yeah.
very disgusting.
It's so
It
disgusting.
Thank
eats
you.
away its own lips. It eats human
Yeah.
flesh,
It rips its prey apart. Like if it
Yeah.
finds you, it literally just shreds you to pieces.
and its scream can
Gross.
kill anyone who hears it.
Yeah.
So it's a very happy tale.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Chinu, like CHENO.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, in Maine.
Can you thaw it out and have it be a person
If
again?
it if
Yes,
it
it-
inhales salt, if you can get salt down
Oh.
its throat, that will thaw its inside, thaw its heart. The heart will start beating again, and then they become the person they once were.
Can you
Colonizers
just arm
have really
yourself with a hairdryer?
Yeah,
or-
there you go.
colonizers have really kind of turned the story, you know, from the Algonquin people into more of like the Wendigo tale and kind of put it into our own stories, you know, and taken it away from their culture and put it into things like Pet Cemetery and Cabin Fever and things like that, you know. So we've kind of turned it more into a horror story kind of creature rather than this typical folklore.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting though.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's a creep
Yeah.
show.
It is really
It's really creepy.
But you could kind of see why when you look at a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, sorry guys, it's a really good one.
I love it.
Well, first of all, thank you for taking the time to do this. We
Yeah.
really
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it.
Well,
And
thank you for having me on.
I'm also very excited to read Red Rabbit now.
I was just gonna say, now we have to read Red Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
good. All right.
And when you write another book, your next book, we'd love to have you back.
Come back on.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
book
I'd love
about
to
the
come back.
Chinu, just come right back on.
Yeah.
This is delightful. You all are just nice. I don't
Oh.
feel usually I get so tense about these things and worried about them, and yeah, y'all
Us
Y'all are
too,
cool.
just
Yeah.
for the record. We're
Always
like, oh my
welcome.
god, oh my god, he's like a New York Times bestselling author.
Yeah.
Just play it cool.
This is a huge deal.
Well, thank you
Well,
so
thank you
much
very
for
much.
coming on. We appreciate it, and we can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd love to come back. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Alex,
thank
what
you.
size
That was delightful.
sweatshirt do you wear?
Oh yeah.
What?
What size hoodie do you wear? Hooded sweatshirt.
Probably extra large.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
great.
like clothes to touch me.
Yeah, us either. If you want to send us or have
Mail
your
it or
your
something.
agent or anyone send us your size, we'd love to send you a Folktown hoodie as a thank you for doing this for us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They're very
sweet of you.
soft.
Thank you.
Oh, they're the most
Thank you very
comfortable
much.
thing you'll ever wear.
Yeah.
I live in mine.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't have a good hoodie anymore, so yeah, I would love
Perfect.
that.
Yes, perfect.
Awesome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.